Joining us tonight, criminal defense attorney Josh Kolsrud, also with us, former law enforcement officer, host of the Strong Enough podcast, Claudia King, and finally, entertainment host Holland Reed. Welcome to everyone. Great to see you tonight. Let me ask you, Claudia. They're saying no forced entry here. It sounds like someone's in the house, though. Right? Describing the body?
Absolutely.
So that person must have figured out how to get in, or so how do you determine if it's not forced entry? Like, let's start there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It sounds like this person had a garage code or a key, knew where a hidden key was, or something like that. And so the same could be said for the suspect. They may have had a code to get in, a key, or knew where a hidden key was, because people still do that a lot now. If you have an actual key to your door, a lot of us now have codes to our door.
Yeah,
so we don't
they definitely have codes,
keys.
but sometimes you can have the code and a key as well.
Yep, so somebody could know that code or a secondary code. They give that out sometimes to workers or housekeepers, all kinds of things like that. You can have a bunch of codes floating around and not even remember it.
Josh Kolsrud, your initial thoughts on this?
My initial thoughts are that this kind of reminds me of the Kohberger case, because in that case, the murders happened upstairs, and it appeared at the time that there was no forced entry. And we knew that it was really going to come down to forensics and geofencing and different type of forensic techniques. I think that the same thing's going to happen here. Now, this doesn't look professional because whoever did it made some serious mistakes, including leaving empty shell casings at the scene of the crime. Now, there are a couple of things that I'm looking forward to seeing. Number one is the autopsy, because it's going to be able to tell us specifically like around when the bodies died, right? Because your blood coagulates at a certain rate. So we'll have a better timeline. And that's important for two reasons. Number one, once they do the geofencing, where they can tell which cell phones are in the area, you better have a good alibi if you know these people. And if your phone is turned off during this time, that can be as big as a red flag as it being at the location itself. So, for example, if somebody is being investigated who is associated with the family and they just randomly turn their phone off from 2 to 5 o'clock, they're going to have a lot of explaining to do. So there's still a lot to investigate in this case.
Now, there's something else here, Holland. I want you to take a listen to this 911 call. This isn't from that night or that day. This is from 11 days beforehand, but from the neighborhood. Take a listen.
What's the emergency?
Somebody's knocking on my door. I think they're trying to get in. They're banging on my door.
Okay, someone's banging and knocking. Do you know who this is?
No. I'm scared.
Do you have a description of them?
No, I can't see anything. I'm scared.
Have you asked them what they want or if they need something?
No.
All right, I've got to send up for someone banging and knocking on the door. If anything escalates or changes, give us a call back and let us know. We'll get officers there as soon as we can.
11 days beforehand, banging on the door. I've got something else for you, Holland. Take a look at this map so we can see where it's exactly from, because I think this is extremely significant as well. You see the Tepe residence. There's the December 9th. That's 7 houses away on the same street, but on the other side of the street. Same street, 7 houses away, other side of the street, same window of time after 2 a.m. on a weeknight. I think this is a potential real lead.
I'm gonna 1,000% agree with you, Vinny. Unfortunately, I believe that this is a typical story, what we deal with true crime, as well as any script written in Hollywood. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. I believe this is a stalker situation, a super hyper personal situation. Someone was upset. This is not a stranger. They might have had the wrong house. They might have been looking for them and maybe went to the wrong house. This is absolutely something that is going to unfold in a Hollywood movie-like setting, because none of it makes sense according to the friends and family so far. But I do believe that it's someone close to them. Something nefarious else was going on in either this relationship, or someone that was possibly obsessed with this couple, maybe obsessed with just one of them. Maybe it was a patient. We have all been through situations where people get a little crazy and they do wild things, maybe not leading to murder, but there's always a beginning, a middle, and unfortunately this was the ending. And I do believe it's going to hit so close to home in this neighborhood, not only 7 houses away, but within this community.
Claudia, we've seen the video that they've released. I listened to the entire interview with the police chief, and when they're asked about more video and more evidence, she quickly didn't answer it. But by not answering it tells me that, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, that I believe they have some more video of this shadowy figure and perhaps some more evidence, but maybe not a better look at the face of the individual.
I agree. And I want to say first real quick, that person 7 houses away, that could have been a test on response time for the police earlier to see how long is it going to take police to come out. Back to this person, though, I agree with you 100%. They have more video, and they probably have some other information that they're not sharing with the public. Just how Josh mentioned Kohberger, the police knew a lot more than they shared with us as that investigation went along. I think the same thing is happening here. They've got to hold back things from the public, 1, to make sure they get the right suspect, and 2, to not spook the suspect as they determine more information and get enough to charge this person.
Yeah. Everyone's kind of on edge, I think, in that neighborhood right now, because you don't know. You don't know if it's a rando or if a lot of people believe it's targeted. Until we know, we don't know, right? Okay. Everyone's sticking around. When we come back, get ready. We've got the trials lined up here at Court TV. This one beginning next week, the Au Pair Affair murder trial out of Virginia. Same courthouse, same courtroom, same judge as the Johnny Depp case. But this one, much different.